Hey, it's Pete here with smallbusinessresourcecenter.com. This video is basically about taxing and policies and how it affects you as a business owner or self-employed person or even a worker. I'm in Pennsylvania, of course. I'm sure if you've been watching the channel, you know. If you're new, consider subscribing if information like this is important to you. If you're a continuing member, thanks for coming back and smash the like button. Basically, what we got here is news and information because taxes always go down to the lowest person, even though someone doesn't always understand it. If they make a tax and it's for business, some people say, well, that doesn't affect me. It definitely affects you. One of the things I wanted to talk about is the simple fact that they're planning on legalizing marijuana in Pennsylvania for adult use. So I'm not here to talk about whether that is I'm pro or against that. If you know me, you probably would already know that answer, or if you watch my videos. But they want to oppose a 25% tax, and it goes directly towards the business owners. So when you're looking at that, some people might say, well, that doesn't affect me. Well, of course, if you tax a business owner 25%, to make up that difference, they got to charge you, the consumer, if you're the consumer, or they probably won't be in business. It's just like the road tax in Pennsylvania. It goes for gas, excuse me. Of course, they're not saying they're charging you directly as the consumer, but they're charging the gas company or the gas station. Of course, when they put that in their pricing, they have to increase their cost. So ultimately, you're paying the tax. That's one thing, you need to understand as a consumer. All the taxes are really to you. They're not towards the business person, even though they're telling you it is. That's not the case. So I saw two important videos today. Actually, I saw them earlier in the week. One of them I saw today was shared by Catherine, one of the viewers. Thank you, Catherine. The other one I saw was just online. But basically, it says California has the fifth largest GDP in the world if they were a country. Now, that's gross domestic product. So the reason why you got to understand this is they have a lot of tech companies, of course, like Facebook, probably Google is also there. They got the movie industry. They got a lot of things. But their taxing and policies are causing well-paid workers and businesses to flee. Actually, they did a survey and they said 53% of the people in California consider leaving, and it's because of taxing. The cost of living in California is 40 to 50% higher than in surrounding states. And basically, it's their liberal policies and restrictions that are causing all the problems. People talk about free stuff. Free stuff doesn't really exist. Somebody has to pay for it. And basically, they do that by taxes and restrictions. And basically, California has a 7.25% sales tax, 8.84% corporate tax, 13.3% income tax. Energy on average is 50% higher than in other states. So it says in Los Angeles, you have to make $48 an hour to afford the average apartment. And it says 1 in 5 Californians live in poverty, which of course is some of the highest in the nation. Newly in California, they're trying to set up a law to make Uber and Lyft drivers, basically the companies have additional regulations, which if you understand the business model of Uber and Lyft, they're really not profitable. Even though they're popular, they're not profitable. But these new regulations would cause their fees to go higher. And even though California is approximately 16% of their business, those companies said they may leave because they can't afford to do business in California. So those type of restrictions where they're constantly trying to overregulate, constantly trying to impose new taxes causes businesses not to be able to be profitable. Another example is there's in one of the videos, they talk about a restaurant owner, and he said in California, obviously tipping in America is a standard, but in California, they also made it so you can't pay waitress staff a small amount like they do in every other state. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying they have to pay a minimal wage. But on top of that, they still get tips. So they said the average waitress, I think they said makes $48,000 a year in California. And the business owner said, since they imposed these rules, my profit is zero because all my expenses are going to pay the employees. Of course, the employees are making more money, so they're happy, but I actually don't make anything. So yeah, I think the guy said he was thinking about shutting down. Well, if you're in a business, and no offense to any business or employees, but if your employees are making way more than you're saying, well, why am I doing this? I'm not I'm not making money here. My employees are making much more than me. So these policies are causing businesses to flee. And another assemblyman in California, Rob Bonta, said he wants to create a wealth tax. That means if you're in California and you create wealth, quote unquote, now you leave, they still want to tax you for 10 years when you leave. So the news said they're probably not going to pass this, but you got to keep in mind, would you want to go to California with your business or even start a business if you knew that if you tried to leave, they were going to tax you? Plus, your taxes are higher than anywhere in the nation. So it's the policies that are creating these problems. In Pennsylvania, we do have high gas taxes. It's been one of the biggest complaints. We probably have the worst roads. I don't know if they did a survey, but they're terrible. And any taxes trickle down to the lowest person if you really want to look at that, because ultimately somebody has to pay, and it's the consumer who's buying the products. Because for a business to be able to survive, they have to increase their costs to make it so that's possible. That's why I've heard the governor, even though he's can't be reelected again because they have term limits, state that we need to be more like California. I don't know if I would agree with that, because when you're looking at all the policies, I don't want to work to pay taxes. That's not my game plan. I want to work for a better life for me. I'm sure if you are a person who has a family, you want to work for a better life for your family too, not work to pay taxes for policies that, first of all, you might not agree with, but next of all, if everything wasn't regulated, probably wouldn't be necessary. But you can't have a system where everything's free, because it's not free. Someone has to pay for it, and that comes from taxes. you know. Well, if you agree or disagree, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm kind of curious. I've been involved in legislative committees. I'm also a trustee. So when I look at these policies, I'm like, this is ridiculous. You can't keep taxing businesses and expect them to keep wanting to operate. This is Pete with the Small Business Resource Center. I'm not calling this a rant, I'm calling this common sense, but let me know your thoughts and let me know in the comments below what you feel about taxing and policies. Smash the like button if this helped you. Comment below whether you're pro or against, and share this information. Have a great day. I will be updating some coronavirus information and more information. I've just been so busy because, of course, I sell real estate, and it's a busy time for real estate agents. Have a great day.